Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is part 2 of my Realm Makers trip. I'm hoping that you guys watched part 1. And if you haven't, you technically don't. Part 1 is just me talking for about an hour or more about my time going to the Realm Makers Conference and Expo. It's a writers conference. That's kind of like the one event, and then it's like another event that's happening at the same time, which is an expo. It's like a full-on fan slash nerd convention for cosplayers, people who love different fandoms, and also book lovers as well. And I just wanted to continue kind of my talk about that and also show you guys some of the amazing goodies that I got. This is kind of like a haul video, but it's also me telling you guys stories from the conference as well as um, just showing you the things that I got. And it's also cool because, like, I feel like each item that I got kind of tells a story. So I'm really excited to kind of do that with you guys. So, starting off, I think I'm going to try to go in like chronological order of like my trip and like how I got everything. Which, first of all, the shirt that I'm wearing, this is not from the conference or anything. I actually bought this um, specifically because, like, first of all, I wanted a cute summer kind of shirt and outfit. um, and this is just like so cute and summery. And I was like, I want to bring that with me. And then I got like this cute little necklace. And I have some cute earrings. I don't know if you can see them, but they're like shaped like seashells, like a sea star, that kind of thing. I got this cute little heart ring. Oh, I just realized that that's on my middle finger. It's because it fits better, but I don't want to kind of flash you guys. But but yeah, so cute little heart ring. It's just like cute little stuff that I got for myself because I was like, I want to feel summery, I want to feel cute. And so another cool thing is that this is the shirt, one of the shirts that I wore to the conference. And so like in these Realm Bakers videos, I don't think I did this with part 1, but I kind of want to try to like rewear my outfits from the conference because I wore those a lot. And I, first of all, I was proud of myself because I packed very, very light. And so I was making these outfits work for themselves. Which if you're someone who knows me or kind of knew me like maybe several years ago, I am someone who overpacks chronically. And so I had to kind of force myself to be like, nope, I've got to make sure there's room in my suitcase. And so for the conference, like um I only packed like 3 outfits, and that was like literally just like one for each day, and then I had like a couple of extra t-shirts for like my travel days. But anyway, so let's get started talking about that. I mean, if you have any more questions about my outfit or anything else about the conference that I don't cover here, please leave a comment. I don't think I've gotten any comments on my first video. But if you have any questions, please let me know. I would love to try to answer those. Maybe like hopefully I can actually garner more questions over these videos and then I can do like a follow-up video. So, is that the mailman? Nope. Okay. I keep thinking that the mailman's going to drive past. What it does not help is that this window is like viewing my front yard, so I can see cars driving by, and I'm like, who's that? But anyway, enough of my chit chatting. I have a lot to show you guys, so let's get to it. So I'm gonna be showing you guys a variety of things that I got at the conference, and also there was a lot of like free swag as well. So that was another cool thing about the conference. So lots and lots of like free swag, that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about this. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Please stand by. There we go. Anyway. Oh yeah, so first of all, one of the things that I got for my trip was this cute little travel journal from Target. And this actually really, really helped me. I'm not going to show you guys all of the pages in here, but I had this whole thing where I was like planning out my budget and like where I was going to stay, and I had a whole packing list, and it really helped. And I did have this really cool I made kind of like a little spread in here, and I'll show you guys more of that at the end of the video. But first of all, let's start at the very beginning because that is a very good place to start. First of all, I brought my Polaroid camera with me. This little guy right here. Um, technically it's not like an official Polaroid. It's a in Instax Mini 9, and I just brought it with me. I made sure to get myself some extra film, which was a good idea because for some reason the back of the camera lied to me and said that I had like so many photos left, and I was like, well, I'll just get extra film just in case. And the first day, which was my first travel day, I tried it and it was just like, yeah, no, yeah, no. And so it was not, it actually had no film in it. And so I had to change the film, which I'm really glad I got extra film cartridges for that, because or else I would not have been able to take fun little Polaroids. So anyway, thankfully, yeah, saved the day. So my first stop where I actually got merch and stuff was in Oklahoma, which I have been to Oklahoma before, like a couple of times, but not really like stop to like, get souvenirs or anything. Like, I could tell you about some of the times that like my grandparents would take me over the border to go to the canoes, as they call it, but uh, it's the casinos, basically. And I think like we also went over the border into Oklahoma a couple of times because like my grandma, she loves pecans and she has like a pecan tree that she'll like collect from. And I think we were like, we brought some pecans to like some person that was like in Oklahoma and they had like their own cute little shop, and we got some jams and stuff like that. So I haven't really like truly like spent time in Oklahoma other than like driving through, that kind of thing. But anyway, I got a couple of things, a couple of cute things. I mostly got it's like any souvenirs that I got for my friends or my family, I unfortunately can't show you, but and maybe I'll be able to actually show you guys because I did take some pictures of, like, for example, postcards that I got. I took pictures of them, and I still want to do like a cute little short form video where I talk about like my travel days and also like a brief summary of each day at the conference. Anyway, this postcard I got for myself, and it's an Oklahoma postcard. I just love the rose on it because, you know, I'm a Beauty and the Beast girly, so I love roses. And I just got like this cute little state flag pin, that kind of thing. And then I got a couple of stickers for my family, but this one I was like, oh, I'm gonna get that for myself. Just cute. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm hoping that these um, don't show up too blurry. But anyway, so yeah, Oklahoma, I didn't really get much there, and then I just quickly made my way to Tulsa. I think I had said this in my last video, but I stayed the night in Tulsa, and then the next day, I drove on to St. Louis. So yeah, and also I did go to this Gateway Arch in St. Louis, and I'll show you that stuff at the end of the video. So I'm really excited about that. But yeah, so when I checked in for the conference and also the hotel, first of all, they give you this cute little thing that like holds your key card. It's like a little envelope thingy, and it's so cool. I love it. So I kept it because I was like, this is cute. Like, this is cute. I like this, you know. And then these are some postcards that I got. I actually got a few more of like the Union Station postcards, but I sent those to, friends and family. And then, oh, that one's from the Gateway Arch, so I'm going to save that for later. I've also got to try to make sure that I'm not making too much of a mess, so I got to shuffle things around. Here we go. So yeah, for the conference, I got like a whole bag of like goodies and stuff. It was like free, like it was like, like little stickers and bookmarks and just kind of other swag. So like when you check in, you get like a bag full of kind of different things like that and advertisements. And then they give you like this honking thing. It's kind of like a magazine. It has like the names of like the sponsors in it. It has like the conference schedule. And then because one of the sponsors was Enclave Publishing, it's like this is their whole release schedule for the year, that kind of thing. So, but yeah, and then it's just, kind of got like all the sponsors and like mentions like the different vendors and stuff in that. And then of course, I think I showed this in my last video, but I do have my name tag. And what's funny is I have a bunch of like a bunch of different like business cards in here. I don't think I'm gonna show um all of them just because some of them have people's numbers on them and I don't really want to like give that out freely, but let me see. There might be a few that I can show you actually. Just gonna shuffle through these really quick. But yeah. And there's just some, and also like I like to keep business cards, especially cool looking ones, and use them as bookmarks. So like this one I just thought was kind of cool. And it also has like this kind of shiny, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it has this like kind of shiny edge to it. This was just like a free, I think this actually has to do with, this is like an advertisement for a book, but it was like had a cute little kind of cat on it. I don't know. I really hope that this is focusing. Let's see. Oh, yes. There's also this documentary about the friendship between C.S. Lewis and J.R.R. Tolkien. It's called Forge of Friendship. And so I'm really excited about that. I'm really hoping that it comes out soon. They had a preview of it. It was like people could go and like watch it, but I didn't get the chance to see the preview of it, unfortunately. Well, they had two different previews, and unfortunately, I missed them twice, but it's okay. You know, that was also one of the expo events, and that is really difficult when you're trying to run around to different classes for the writers conference. It's like you kind of have to miss expo stuff, which again, kind of bringing back my slight soapbox moment from my first video where I was like, please guys, do better with scheduling. Another thing, this is just like a little nitpick that I wanted to address. And again, I don't know if any of the expo realm makers people are actually watching this, but I would say another thing is like maybe adjust like your wording on your website when because like for example, if someone wants to go to the writers conference, like when you buy the conference ticket, you automatically get, it's called VIP access to the expo, which means you get to go to all the panels. Because I think like if you're trying to buy an expo ticket, there's different levels that only give you like limited like certain access. But if you get the VIP expo ticket, then you of course have access to everything, obviously except the writers conference, but it's like you have access to all the panels, all the vendors, all these different events that happen. And when you get an expo ticket, which I did not get, I just was writers conference, you get like a whole swag bag. And I had noticed like on the website, like if you got that expo ticket, you could get like an enamel pen, you could get like 10% off in the bookstore. And I remember kind of struggling trying to think like, should I just get an expo ticket and just enjoy the expo? Because like you get all these perks. But then I was also like, I do want to go to the writers conference. And I saw that the writers conference had VIP access. And I think I just kind of got confused. But then again, there was another part of the website that mentioned like yes, you get all the things that come with VIP access to the expo if you buy the Realm Makers Writers Conference ticket. And I think that that was just really confusing, and they need to add a little caveat to that because it had led me to believe that I was going to get the enamel pen, the 10% off in the bookstore, all the swag that comes with, like if I had as though I had gotten an expo ticket. But now I realize that no, because then they would have to give all the conference attendees an enamel pen and like all the other stuff. Again, this is just, but needless to say, it was confusing. Like, if you were in my shoes, it would be confusing too. And so it was a little embarrassing, kind of like trying to clear that up with the check in people because I was like, wait a minute, aren't I supposed to be getting like this, and this? And they were like, no, 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 no. It's like you get access to all the panels and all the other things, like events and stuff, but it's like you don't get the swag bag that is for you if you bought only the VIP Expo ticket. I'm hoping that that makes sense. Because if you're as confused as I am, then good. Because maybe just to the conference scheduling people who organize this, maybe just add a little caveat where it's made very clear that if you buy a conference ticket, you do get VIP access to the expo, but you do not get the VIP swag because that was not clear. And it was a little confusing and I a little disappointed. Just, I'm trying to be, like I don't want to come off as like rude or like entitled or like I totally deserve this. It's just like when, it's just a little confusing. I know it's a lot of information to try to get across. Sorry, guys. It was a lot. It was very confusing. And also, I'm a first time person going to this conference. So it's like a lot of things were confusing to me, And it's like, I know it's like you try to put together an event to where it's like easily manageable for um, everyone involved, but it's like, as a first year person, it was a little like, ah. But anyway, I'm going to move on from that. Just tiny soapbox moment over. Um, what do I want to talk about next? So I checked in, got all the stuff. So yeah, so thankfully, when you are a conference attendee, you get to go to the Realm Awards dinner slash banquet, and I think I kind of mentioned that in my last video. And I didn't do a cosplay or anything for it, even though you technically can. You can like dress up for it. And when I do my little short form videos, you guys will actually see what I wore and like see what kind of everybody else wore because they had a whole costume parade. I just kind of went in like a really cute dress that I had bought and like I had some cute jewelry and stuff like that. And I made myself a little elf crown. I don't know if it's kind of that. Yeah, I made myself like a little elf crown. I'd really wanted to do something kind of similar to this. It's a little bent up, I don't know. But yeah, it just like kind of added to the outfit and it was fun to wear. And I had initially thought about buying one because there was one on Etsy that I had my eye on, but it was extremely expensive. It ships from Spain, so like the shipping was outrageous. And like there was no way it could have gotten to me in time before I left because I kind of was like on a whim, like, oh, I want to get this crown. And then I was like, oh, I should have ordered this months ago. And so, really quick, I like DIY'd my own crown. So, this is like a little plastic gem and like a little kind of gold, like metal, like jewelry bezel thingy. And if you're wondering, kind of like, what is the twine kind of looking situation over here? Like, what is that? I don't know if that's going to focus or not. Like, what is that? This is literally made out of two handles from a paper shopping bag and gold jewelry wire. And it's like all just like held together with just doing a lot of twisting and stuff. And yeah, that's it. That's what's holding this thing together and a dream. But honestly, I kind of love this even more than if I had bought the expensive Etsy crown. So yeah, I kind of just love it even more because it's unique and I put that together in about 30 minutes. So yeah. But yeah, it was fun. I really really enjoyed that. So yeah, let me see. Mm, yes, all the things that I got. So first of all, um, I am going to be doing a video showing all the books that I got because if I did that in this video, it would be just a lot. So anyway, let's just keep going. What do I want to show you all? I have so much here. I think I'm going to show you all the enamel pens that I got. So I was able to get the Realm Makers pen after all. I just couldn't get it for free. But I did buy it in the Realm Makers store, and I got it because it was like you had to spend a certain amount in the Realm Makers bookstore, and you got it for free. I'm not gonna say how much I spent, but I got it for free. um, and then this was another item that I got from the Realm Makers bookstore, another little enamel pen. It says future best-selling author, and I just kind of got that in as kind of a little prophetic act. I was just like, this is like kind of me almost like manifesting, but just like this is me kind of stepping into that. And then this I got from like a really cute booth. I can't remember what they were called, but I will talk about them in my next video because I bought a book from them, but it's like a little frog and a teacup and it's cute. And from that same booth, again, I can't remember what they were called, and I have a bunch of my stuff in it. I got this, it's an e reader case because it's kind of small and it's like blue and it's embroidered with daisies. So cute. And I have a bunch of my stuff on it. So this is a free button that I got from the Enclave Publishing booth. It says Lost Sleep, reading Enclave books, because yes. And then I got this. This is a really cool button. It's like a ceramic button with like this beautiful pink glaze. It looks like a seal. This I got from the Lorehaven booth, and I'm really sorry, guys. I can't remember exactly what Lorehaven does. I think that they're like sort of a publishing company. They're like, I know they're like a Christian themed kind of like, I can't remember if they're a publishing company or not. I'm so sorry. But I know that they have a podcast. And if you're someone who knows what Lorehaven is and you're like, they're actually this, you're getting it wrong. I'm sorry. I visited so many booths that I know I'm going to get information wrong, so I'm really sorry about that. But Lorehaven is the name of this. I'm just going to call them a company. Sorry. But they had like a cute little scavenger hunt thing going on where they gave you a piece of paper, and it was like you went around to different booths, and if they had a piece of paper sitting on their booth that said Lorehaven Waypoint, it was like you could get a stamp from them. And some people, they were just like, yeah, here, gonna stamp your paper. And some, they were like, okay, you're gonna have to go on this little side quest before I can give you the stamp. and and so I did like a whole like questing thing, which was really fun. It was a lot of fun to do. And I think it was like, if you got um however many stamps you got, you could trade them in for like a raffle ticket, or if you got 10 stamps, you could trade it in for a button slash pin, which I'm a pin collector, so I was like, yes. So I got like 11 stamps and then traded it in, and then they just gave me one raffle ticket, and I didn't win anything, but it was kind of cool to get a ticket from that. There was one booth that I went to. Again, I'm just going to be saying sometimes like, yeah, I went to this one booth. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. I can't remember who they were. But I went to this one booth where this girl had like a jar filled with these little stars, and they were made of paper, and she had hand folded them, and she just pulled a handful out of the jar and was like, here. It's like these cute little paper stars. I'm going to put them in like a little glass jar just to keep them safe. But they're so cute. They're all like folded like origami stars. So cute. And then let's see. Oh yeah, I have a bunch of stuff in here. What was so cool about a lot of booths is they had like free stuff. So a lot of people would just like hand out, like, here's a bookmark. Here's a free sticker, that kind of thing. So a lot of people had some really cool stuff. And there was a booth that it was about this cute little like cowboy comic that this girl had made. And I think it was called, yes, it's called Sky Cowboys. And I did save the business card because it's so cool looking. And it's like these cowboys, but it's like they ride Pegasus. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't buy the book, but I'm like, hey, I know who they are and I can look them up later, because heck yeah. And they were giving away these free keychains, and that's like the emblem is like this little blue feather, and it's like a little keychain and free little 3D printed keychain. And I was like, heck yeah. Let's see. Another booth that I went to was for a musical. It's this new musical that's being written by this husband and wife team, and they're hoping to release I think it's the concept album this fall, and they're wanting to be able to do a production of it. Which, again, if you're wanting to know like what this booth looked like, I'm definitely going to put that in my little short form videos that I'm going to do. And the musical is called Honeycomb. They have these cute hats. Like, oh my goodness, like look at that. And it's like this very like Art Deco, Edwardian slash Victorian style musical. Like that's kind of like what the costumes and just like the overall art style looks like. And the wife, I'm sorry, I cannot remember y'all's names, but she does like the artwork for it. Oh my goodness. Sage Burks. Thank you. Thank God for, yes. I can't remember what her husband's name was, but he was so cool too. And they had an iPhone attached to like some headphones, and it was like they would play, like if you wanted to, they would play you two of the demos that they have for the soundtrack. And so I listened to part of one, But I listened to pretty much the whole like of another uh demo. Like there was it was like by two different characters that are saying like I can't remember which characters, but the demo that I listened to like pretty much all the way through, the song was called Build a Life. And so basically the whole musical is like about these like honeybees, and it's like they need a new queen, and like there's this one lady that becomes the new queen, but she kind of has like a villain arc. And there's this whole idea of like maybe, you know, we don't have to like kind of live the way that we've lived. I'm explaining it very badly. Just go look them up on Instagram or something, because they actually do have videos of like some of the actors like singing the demos and Build a Life. Not gonna lie, I was standing there in this guy's booth and he was really kind. He actually kind of stepped away to let me like listen and look at the booth. And I literally started crying because it was so beautiful. Like the like whoever was singing that song, like the male vocals, chef's kiss. And then at the end, like the female lead kind of comes in and sings with him, and it's just literally I was like wiping away tears, and I was just like, that was beautiful. Like, so yeah, I'm excited for that. Needless to say, so yeah, I got this cute hat, um, and I can feel myself tearing up right now, actually. So I bought the hat, and there was this cute little. Why is it hard to hold this? Here we go. They also had these cute little like um. Why is this hard to show? Hold on. They had these cute little bee charms, and I like put it in my. I took it and I like displayed it in um my little name tag. But yeah, little bee charms. I love it. I love it so much. I cannot wait for this musical to come out because, you know, theater nerd. Yeah, I'm excited for that. So anyway, as you can see, I'm just coming alive. And then there was cool booths that like had oh, what am I trying to say? A lot of booths like had, you know, like I was saying with like the free swag, like free bookmarks, free stickers, that kind of thing. So many booths had like these little spinny wheels where it's like you could win prizes or something. Or like there was one booth where like you could roll some like D&D dice, and like if you beat the person that you were rolling against, like you would get like a free sticker or something like that. Like it was just like so cool, like all these cool little things to like get people to come over to the booth and like have fun. It was awesome. And so from one booth, I can't remember exactly which one it was. I can't remember if it was like I won like spinning the wheel or not, or if it was because I had bought something and they were like, okay, you get to pick from the prize box. But there was this cool charm. It's like a sword, really, really cool. I love this. I don't know if I'm going to use it for a bookmark. I could, or a necklace. And then I also got to pick another prize because the lady was like, I have so many prizes to give away. This necklace, it's supposed to be the sword sting. So yes, heck yeah, we love it. There was another booth where I went over and I spun the wheel, and like whatever number it landed on, it was like there was different numbers next to these different like groups of prizes. And I think like they didn't have any left of the number that I spun, but they were like, you can just pick anything actually. And so they had like these random little like kind of trinkets and things, and they had like these pieces of sea glass. And so I just, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to see it, but it's like really pretty and like smooth and frosty. And then what was really cool is that there was actually quite a few authors there who didn't have any booths or anything. They were just there for the writers conference, but they had written books. And there was this one lady that was giving out again, she didn't have a booth or anything, but she was giving out friendship bracelets for her book. It says God is not random. I'm thinking that's the name of her book, so I'm gonna have to look that up. And then one of my favorite items that I found, I was actually this is when I was attending the awards banquet. I had left to like go to the bathroom, and there was like a little like there was a couple of sets of tables and chairs kind of outside the ballroom where we were eating, and they're on the little table. Like there was nobody nearby. On the little table, there was like this little item that was just sitting there, and I walked over to it and I was like, "What is this?" It's this cute little disc thing. I don't know if it's like easy for you guys to see, but it's like sparkly and it's like this dark bluish purple. And it's like a stone. I have no idea like what it is or like who dropped it, but I love finding little things like that. And I was like, I'm gonna take this. I don't know whose this is, but I'm sorry, but it's mine now. It just, I don't know. It was cute. It was like little trinket item. I don't know. Maybe somebody also left it for somebody to find. I don't know. And if you're someone who was there who's like, hey, this cute little stone. I don't know. It's cute. So anyway, another cool thing that some booths did was like they gave you prizes for signing up for their newsletter. And so one booth, I just signed up for the newsletter because it was like you can adopt a little baby dragon, and it's like 3D printed. So yeah, I don't know if it's easy to see or not, but it's like a little guy. He just does that. Yeah, just a little guy. And then he came with like a little business card thing. His name is Rusty. So yeah, like I'm gonna set him on my bookshelves, and he's just very, very cool to kind of fidget with. So heck yeah. And then also they're a part of that same booth with the dragon. There was another author that was kind of a part of this same booth and everything. And if I signed up for her newsletter, I got one of these. Hold on. I don't know if you can actually hear it, but it's like a little clicker, like a little fidget clicker thingy. Hold on. Just some ASMR here. I don't know if that's annoying to anybody, but it's really comforting. It's very satisfying click too. Sorry. Anyway, I don't know. There might be some people who are just like, my God, please stop. Sorry, but not sorry. It's cool. So anyway, all right. So that's kind of all of that stuff. Put that aside. Okay. Alrighty. So another booth that I visited, and I think I'm gonna try my best to link some people in their Instagrams and websites down below, but just don't quote me on that because that would be a lot to find. But one person that I definitely will be linking down below is Anna from Crochet Saves the Day. She has an Instagram and also an Etsy shop. She does crochet, of course. And I got this cute little daisy. It's a bookmark, obviously. And she was like in the area. It was called Author and Artist Alley, and it was like so like I don't really know how to describe it, but in the hotel there's like this big wide open space, and that's where kind of the main area of the expo was. That was where a lot of bigger booths were. But for authors who had smaller tables, they were up in this area where like you go up either a small set of stairs or a long ramp, which I went up the ramp because I had my rolly cart thing that I mentioned in the last video. um, and it was just a bunch of smaller booths and things. It was a little bit more intimate, a little bit more crowded as well. And her booth was like sadly like way in the back corner, but I found her. I'm so glad I did. And I bought a few things from her. So obviously I got the little daisy bookmark. And then I got this. This is a little cup holder, not cup holder, coaster. And I know it looks like little strawberries, which it can be strawberries, or you take it like this and you roll it. It's a bouquet of roses. So yeah, let me see. Okay. Oh, I don't have it here, do I? But anyway, I have a little bouquet of roses. I was gonna say I have like a cute little terracotta pot that I could like put this in, but it's not immediately on hand. So, and then I got this little keychain, which at first I'd wondered like, what is that? Then I realized, oh, it's a book. It's meant to be like a little book. So I was like, I have to. I like the little blue book. So it's cute. Yeah. So anyway, and thank you, Anna. I'm so happy to have met you. She's really cool. I actually met her because I ran into another Instagrammer named Natalie, but her handle is actually, I hope I'm saying this right. Her handle is Base Math Abernathy. It's a really interesting name, but it's really cool. But I know her from Instagram because she makes a lot of bookish content. I don't know how she's able to film all that and do so much. Applaud to you, girl. Applaud to you. And I remember seeing her at the awards dinner and like recognizing her, but I was a little too shy to approach her. But I did see her the next day, and I was like, it's so weird to see you in real life. But she was really cool. And then she was like, "Oh, do you know Crochet Saves the Day? She's here. She's got a booth." And I was like, "Oh yeah." And I knew that I followed her, but I hadn't really like kind of like seen stuff from her in a while, and so it was nice to actually like meet her in person and everything. And what's cool is like um me and her me and Anna were actually on the same street team for um, one of one of my favorite indie authors, who I will talk about soon, and I'll mostly be talking about her in the next video because I got a couple of her books. But if you're wondering who it is, it's D.E. Carlson. We were on the street team for her newest book, Silver is the Sky, which we're still technically on the street team. I can't remember for how long, but we're still technically on it. But anyway, let me see. Before I get into like showing you guys the stickers and bookmarks that I got, I'm gonna show you a couple more things. So at the Realm Makers bookstore, there was um a really cool like D&D dice company that like had their dice set out. And guys, I don't play D&D, but I love dice. I have this elaborate like, and it's not that big, but like I have this like dice collection just because I just love dice. They're so cool and colorful, especially the ones made by this company. And they had like a box that just had loose dice, and it was like a sale that they had, and so it was like $1 per dice. So I allowed myself to get 10 unique dice. And these are just so stinking cool. First of all, they came in like this cute little bag. Okay, so I'm going to show you the ones that don't really have anything in the center. They're just kind of cool looking. So I got this cool like um hold on, is that even showing? Cool little like purple dice, purple guy. Okay, and then this one I thought looked like sherbet, so I got it. Just like really pretty. It's okay, I see where it is. I'll get it in a second. And then this one was like this really pretty kind of blue, kind of looks like water almost. And then let's see. And again, this one's just so gorgeous. Like this kind of like red purpley shimmery. I love it so much. And then this one's like also like water, but it's got like a gold shimmer. Okay, can we get the sparkles? Can we get the sparkles on camera? Kinda? No, not really. I don't know. I call myself a YouTuber. I'm trying my best. Hold on, I'm gonna grab another one. 1 second. Okay, I got it. It's good. Okay, and now for the ones that have items inside, I'm gonna try to like show this off as best as possible. Oh, guys, I almost lost that one. This one has a little mushroom inside. Look at that. It's got a little moss in it. That's so cool. Okay, and then this one I really, really liked. So this one, it's kind of like this orangey, it's like fall leaves. I don't know if you can see it, but it has like these little fall leaves inside. It's really, really cool. Again, I'm sorry if you can't see it. This one's probably the easiest to look at. Look at that. It's got like a little rubber ducky inside. Just a little guy. And then these next two are so cool. This one's kind of hard to see because it's got multiple sides. But this one, oh, come on, focus. Focus. This one has got a full-on pirate ship on the inside. I don't know if you can see that. But yeah, there is, trust me, there is a full-on pirate ship on the inside. Sailing on the ocean. This one is probably easier to see because it's a four-sided dice. But yeah, and it's got like little swords. So instead of numbers, it's like swords. Yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm sorry if you can't see them really well. I might try to take some like really good pictures of them and post them online if possible. If possible. And then I found out that there's, well, I kind of knew that this was a thing, but they were also selling what's called a 100 sided die, or the D100. And look at this. I remember showing it to my friend Becca when I stayed at her place coming back home. And I remember showing it to her, and she was like, "It's a sphere." Like, she laughed so hard. But the sides, like, you can kind of feel this different sides, like, barely. They're like little bumps. It's kind of like a golf ball, but the dents are a little bit more subtle. But the reason why I got this, first of all, I just love the novelty of it. It'd be a cool display piece. And also, I just love the green color. But secondly, I gotten it out and just like kind of did a fun little test roll. And there was like this guy in the Realm Maker store who was with me, just kind of like looking at the dice as well. And I rolled it onto like a little rolling mat that they had. And he is my witness. Can't remember what his name is, but he is my witness. I kid you not, it landed on the 100. I actually have the picture to prove it. It'll be in the short form videos that I'm going to make. Kid you not, the 100. And I was like, and I looked at him and he was like, now you have to buy it. And I was like, hey, this is a sign, clearly. So I bought it. I bought it, and I don't regret it because that was a cool experience. So, you know, and then a couple little items that I had stowed away with the dice was another booth that I was at had just like these cute little guys that you could get, and they were just completely for free. Like, you didn't have to buy anything, but just, I got this little turtle guy, little turtle, just a little guy, just cool stuff. But yeah. So anyway, okay. All right. Before I get to the stickers, I'm going to show you guys um really important thing that I got. This is my second day at the conference because it was the first day of the expo. So some of the vendors that were there weren't just authors. They were also just like actors, people who like were a part of like a media group or something like that. And one of the people that had a booth there, because she was also doing a couple of panels for the expo as well, was Katie Lee. And if you are a nerdy Christian homeschooler like I am, you will know that she is the voice of Constance Connie Kendall from Adventures in Odyssey. And Connie is like my favorite character. I grew up with her. She like her character just means so much to me, and it's hard to say in one video like how much her character means to me, but just like a lot of things that she goes through throughout the entire run of Adventures in Odyssey. Like her father-daughter relationship with Wit, like this really precious, beautiful, like spiritual father, spiritual daughter relationship. Just like some of her hardships in life throughout the series. Um, just it means so much to me, and so I couldn't believe I was going to get to meet her. So I brought one of my Adventures in Odyssey albums with me, and I had to bring the one that had Connie on the cover. Is this one in Hot Pursuit? This is the one where Connie almost marries Mitch. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to get yourself over to adventuresinodyssey.com and start binging the entire series, because yes, and yes, she signed it. What I did was I didn't even bring the whole album with me. I pulled out the artwork and I like carefully brought it with me. But yes, she signed it, and because she is there and she has to make money, and like, because she had like had her own like art prints and stuff too that she could sell. I ended up also getting a candle, which she also signed, and this was the last one she had too. It's called Connie's Candles, or Connie Candles, kind of a play on her name. And she was like, yeah, you're getting my last one because the guy who makes my candles like isn't doing them anymore or something like that. And so she's got to find another candle person. And so this one smells like chocolate soda, which is a item on the Wits End, the Wits End menu. Oh man, that's like a beautiful strong chocolate smell, and it looks like chocolate ice cream. It looks delicious. I don't want to light it, but I want to though. Not gonna lie, I cried when I met her. And if you're wondering, she sounds exactly like Connie. Like that is her speaking voice. So it was like Connie was talking to me, but oh my gosh, yeah. Needless to say, that interaction, I literally was like skipping to like because I was almost late for like my next class. I was literally like skipping across the expo hall and I was like trying to hold in a shout of joy. So I allowed myself to like kind of whisper shout to myself when no one was around. I was like, I just freaking met Connie Kendall. Like it was just all this excitement that was just bubbling up in me. And I was like, I met Connie Kendall. Like, yeah, it was like that. Well, actually, I think what I did was like I got to an elevator because like there's like this one little elevator that goes down and up and down and up. Because there was like this staircase that led down to the area where my classes were. It's where the whole like ballroom was and everything. And no one was in the elevator with me. And so like I got in the elevator and then as soon as I got in the elevator and it like closed and it started going down, I actually kind of like did allow myself a little shout where I was like, I'm I'm such a nerd, but I love it. So yeah, that meant a lot to me and I did get to kind of tell her, in short words like, this is, like Connie means so much to me. Just yeah. So anyway, that meant a lot. And Katie Lee is such a sweet, adorable lady. And it was funny because I did get to see her kind of walking around the hotel a little bit kind of after that. And so, and also I did get to meet her husband who was helping her out. And he's really sweet too. And just, yeah, it was a whole thing. It was a whole amazing interaction. And yeah, it was really, really cool. Okay, I think sorry, I have a stack of books over here that I had actually brought with me to get signed, but I think I'm going to show those in my book video because this is already getting long. So, All right. Okay. What do I want to show? Because I have so a lot of these, like, kind of, I call these kind of paper ephemera swag. If you don't want to know what ephemera is, look it up. Ephemera basically just means like kind of papery kind of items. But I'm just going to show you guys the different, I'm not really going to talk too much about them, but just some of the fun, just like bookmarks that I collected because I'm a huge bookmark collector. And so I just saved the ones that I thought were super cool, you know. Yeah, because I really do have to kind of go through everything. Oh, yeah, this is the Enclave Publishing one, which it has a nice matte feel to it. I love it. Oh yeah, and then this was really cool. Which this is actually artwork for a book that won. This is the title. They won an award at the Realm Awards. I can't remember which award what it was, but they won. They won an award, which is cool. Come on, focus, please, focus. I don't know if it's gonna focus. I don't know. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got horses on it. um, then this one was really cool. It's like musical notes and it's got little horses. It's really cool. Yeah, because they also had like a whole table just kind of sitting out that had all this free swag on it. So I was like, don't mind if I do. So I just grabbed like the bookmarks and stuff that I personally thought was super cool, And then this one's really cool. This is like a matte, like kind of velvety matte kind of thing. It's got that, and then on this side it's like Latin words. It's so cool. I don't know what that's for, but it's cool. And then this one is basically the same as that because it's like that matte feel. Come on, gotta get the shiny. Got a sword. Yeah, there we go. Those are two of my favorite ones. Those are really cool. Let me see. Which ones do I actually want to show you guys? Because I just got a bunch of other like cool items. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna show you guys this one because this had to do with the Lorehaven booth. So this is one of the guys. I think he's the guy who like co-runs Lorehaven, but this is like his book that's newly out. And of course, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna save this so I can look up his book later. But if you're curious, the name of the author, it's Stephen Burnett. So just gonna give him a little shout out because he was really cool. He was at the booth when I was trying to cash in my stuff, and then I just thought that this looked really cool because it's a key. And then let me see. Trying to kind of keep these a little bit organized. Then I just kind of have like these other, like these kind of more postcard sized things. Let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, and then this one was really cool. So these books, these were at the booth where I got the little paper stars at. So that kind of gives you a little bit of an idea. Oops. Okay, it's nothing too important. Oh yeah, and then before I move on, I can't find like the artwork for it necessarily, but I'm gonna try to find it. Here we go. There was another booth that was called Crux Comics, and I wanted to give them a shout out because they create these amazingly like gorgeous comic books and mangas. And like I'm not normally into comics as much, but these just looked so cool. And one of the guys who he's I think one of the writers and one of the founders, I believe, of this comic company, he did like this really amazing spoken word. And I'm actually going to link that down below so y'all can see it because it was so amazing. I felt like the Holy Spirit move when he like spoke it. It was so gorgeous. And then he did like another spoken word that was like kind of funny, that was like written specifically for realm makers. It was really hilarious. But yeah, so Crux Comics, these are their comics that are out now, and that they're making. So these are just so cool. These in particular are so gorgeous. These are like retellings of the story of King David and King Saul. And but it's like in space, and it's like the Lion King, because like the characters are like these sorry. The characters are like these like humanoid lion creatures. So cool. I might actually read that one because it was really cool. But even if I don't, I'm like, heck yeah. So cool. So anyway, let me quickly do a speed round of the stickers that I got because um no. BRB, 1 second. Hold on. Why? Why would you drop down? Why? Okay. All right. So I got so many cool stickers from here. And a lot of these were free. A lot of these were swag. So I feel like I hardly spent money on stickers, to be honest. So these, let me see if I can actually, okay, which ones? Okay, there we go. These are like actual wax seals, but they have like a little sticky thing on the back. That, but yeah, like little wax seal stickers. I got those from Anna, aka Crochet Saves the Day. Let me see. I think I'm just gonna go big to smallest after this. So this one, this was just like a free sticker sheet. This was from like a company. I don't know what Plotter is. It's just I thought it looked kind of cool. I didn't really learn about it. I'm assuming that it's like a platform that helps you with plotting out your book, but again, I could be wrong. You know, sound off in the comments like you're so wrong. This was like a sticker for like a cool web comic. It looks hilarious. Um, I definitely want to read that. This was from Enclave's booth. It was a free sticker. And they had like the train. They made it specifically for this Realm Makers because they were like, oh yeah, the train station, you know. So that was cool. Um, this one's a little hard to see because it's a clear sticker, but it's like some roses. Yeah, those are roses. They're kind of dying, but they look cute. This sticker was really cool. I got this in the Realm Makers bookstore. This was actually from, this is like a quote, and you can pause it. This is a quote from a man named Alan Arnold, and I actually got one of his books, which you'll see in the next video. And he also taught one of the classes that I attended. And he just, yeah, that was my favorite class, needless to say. I got this. This is really hard to see, but this is the Realm Makers logo sticker, but it's like the little castle. I know it's probably really hard to see. Um, this is just a sticker that I got from a booth. I can't remember which one it was, but it was free and it's a little stained glass. So, and then this one, I can't remember what booth I got it from, but it says no wait, Supervillain Rehabilitation Project, and I kind of want to find out what that is. Um, I got this from the Realm Makers bookstore. Says, yeah, write without fear, edit without mercy, or something like that. Let's see. Oh yeah, this one I think was like in my swag bag when I got when I registered or like checked in. This was for a new book by Kathy Tyers Gillen. I actually went to one of her classes at the writing conference, and I definitely want to read her books now, because she writes sci-fi, and also she wrote, this is like back in the 80s, she wrote a couple of books for the Star Wars Legends canon. Well, it's now known as the Legends canon. And she even told us that like her own original like series that she wrote prior to Star Wars called Firebird, which this new book from Enclave is actually a part of that saga. But the Firebird trilogy, the original books that she wrote, they originally had started out as like Star Wars fan fiction, and then she was like, I have something here. And then she kind of turned it into like the original work known as Firebird. And what's so cool about that is, and I actually got to talk to her about this, as I was like, oh my gosh, the first book that I ever wrote, start to finish, was my Star Wars fan novelization of Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. And so I was fangirling for sure. Even though I had no idea who she was beforehand, I fangirled and I fangirled hard. So yeah, definitely gonna be reading her books. This, I don't know what this is from, but this was just, I think this is like from a middle grade children's fantasy, but it looks cool. Okay, this one I got from Anna. She had like a bunch of free stickers, and so she was like, take as many as you want. And then remember the lady who had the free friendship bracelets? So another thing that people were doing was like doing sticker exchanges. And there was this other girl that I met who had free stickers that were based off of her book. And she had, and so I think it's like one of them is book one, one of them is book two. I can't remember which one, but they're these cute little keys. Definitely going to be looking those up later. This was in my swag pack. It was the Realm Makers Conference and Expo sticker, the dragon. And then one of the booths that I went to do the treasure hunt for, um, and like they gave me like a whole side quest. And then when I finished the side quest, I got these cool stickers. These cute little animals, magical creatures. I can't remember if I got this from Anna or not, but just love the sticker. Okay, this is another Anna sticker. Well, actually, there was another booth where I did get free stickers because I spun the wheel, so I can't remember exactly which ones I got from Anna, which one. But this was a free sticker, which is funny. This is from the Clever Clove, and I actually have an enamel pen and some stickers from her. But it's funny that this was um, one of the free stickers that was offered. Yeah, just cute little aesthetic things. This one I can't remember where I got this one from, but it says love over fear. And then there was another booth that was called Cosplay for Christ, and they had a bunch of cool people that were dressed up and everything, and they even had a lady that was dressed up full like head to toe as Cara Dune from The Mandalorian, which I love her character so much. I love her character so much, and nobody can tell me any different. I love her. Yeah, I hated it when they dropped her character because stupid reasons. But anyway, and I got a picture with her, and I was like, it's like she's my favorite character from Mandalorian. Besides, obviously, Mando and Grogu. But anyway, so yeah, cosplay for Christ. I got a sticker. That This was like in my swag pack because I think that they were like one of the sponsors or something. This was just like a cute little, another kind of clear sticker. And then another booth that I had gone to was they did this fun little free thing. Um, so it was a booth that was like it was very kind of like whimsical and like kind of fairy regency kind of vibes. And they had like a little teapot on the table. And I think it's because the author at that table, I cannot remember her name. I'm so sorry. But I know that the book that she wrote, and it actually recently came out, is called Lady Agatha Speaks Her Mind or something like that. I'm so sorry that I don't know. It sounds interesting though. But so like they had the teapot on the table and it was like you could pull out from like this roll of stickers, like you kind of slowly pull it out of the teapot. And as you pull it out, it's like you find out what your godmother, your fairy godmother gift is or whatever. And so and like if you pulled out a certain one, I think you would get like a free paperback or something, which unfortunately I didn't get. But I got the sticker, and my fairy godmother gift is sun resistant skin, which with my pale complexion, I'm gonna need that instead of sunscreen. This is like a free sticker that I got. Yes, Books with Maps Club. Heck yeah, we love books with maps. And then this is just, again, another cute free sticker. It says bookstore calling. Heck yeah. I will always pick up. And then this is just cool because this was like, it looks like kind of like a scan of like an enamel pen, like the design does, but it's just so cute. It's like a little cosmic soda. And then we're getting to the end of it, I promise. Another free sticker from my swag bag. I think it was Biblical Literacy Project, is what it's called. Practical literacy. Yeah, biblical literacy. Oh, biblical literacy starts with practical literacy. Love it. And then just, I love this because, I love happily ever afters. I do not like an unhappily ever after. So also if you're someone who's curious about like, when I, start publishing my books and you're just like, well, what about like, I don't like, what's the vibe? Everyone's going to live happily ever after. I promise you. I'm so tired of seeing people live just miserable or end miserably in books. I'm like, no, we need hope. We need hope. We need happily ever afters. Yes, people are going to struggle for sure in my books, but rest assured, I will fight. I will stand. I will die on that hill of opinion of happily ever after at all cost. But yeah, so anyway, I'm very strongly believe about that. And then this is another cool pin, or not pin, sorry, sticker that I got for free. This one I actually got because I won a dice roll. Well, technically um, in the booth that I was mentioning where like you roll the dice against someone, it was technically a tie, but because it was a tie and the person that I was rolling against was with that booth, technically I got to have a sticker. But if you're not sure what this says, if it's too blurry, it says you are worth more than what you think. Hold on. You are worth more than what you can give to other people. You deserve love too. It's so cute. I want to know like what it looks like. It's from something like a TV show or something. But anyway, okay, we're almost at the end, guys. We're so close. We're so close. We're getting to the end. All right, so now finally we're on to the Gateway Arch, which that was really fun. And the thing is though, is like on the last day, which was the 28th, well, that was the day I had to check out of my hotel. I really wanted to go to the Gateway Arch. I didn't want to just go to St. Louis and not see it, but from a distance. But I was determined. I was like, I'm gonna go see the Gateway Arch. I'm gonna go do it. And so I gave myself a very specific time. So like, I parked in like a parking garage and then I walked over there. And as soon as I walked in, I set a timer for 45 minutes. So if you're curious if I did the whole thing where like you ride the tram up to the top, excuse me, I did not do that. First of all, because they have a replica of the tram car in the lobby and it's like you can sit in it. That thing was so claustrophobic. I was like, no, even if I had the time, no, maybe some other time, but not today, Satan, not today. So, this is one of the postcards that I got. Again, I got some for my family, so um, I can't show the other ones, but yeah, I got that. Just a cute. I love just how vintage it looks. And I also have some Polaroids that I'm going to try to show y'all as well. and they just had like the coolest looking, like, look at that design. So I got a mug, which now that I think about it, it's in the kitchen, but I'm not going to go grab it. But basically, the mug has this on it. And it was very reminiscent of like the classic Starbucks been there mugs, which, if you know what I'm talking about, like, I miss those so much. So I loved grabbing that. Let me see. Got this sticker. It looks like a comic strip. I love that. It looks like a comic. And then technically I got this one for my brother, but I haven't mailed it off to him yet. That's like kind of one of the only items that I got for my family that I haven't given to him yet. Let me see. Oh yeah, now I took a Polaroid. I took a Roid. Took a Polaroid. Here we go. There we go. Oh, nice. All right, and then I got this cute little coin purse, which again, you'll notice a pattern here. I also got, before I show you what's in there, I got the tote bag. I hope you can see this, but yeah, got the tote bag. It was really cool. I've already used it. It's amazing. Heck yeah. And then I did get, I also got shirts for my family as well. Um, but I can't show them to you because they've already been given. But I hope you can see this. But yeah, and this is a very comfy t-shirt, by the way. It's a little cropped, but it's like, it's still really cute. Okay, so anyway, inside the coin purse, and kind of here, are actually a couple of coins, but not like actual, yeah, not like usable coins, if you know what I mean. So they have these little collectors tokens. So that's like, the Gateway Arch, and then it has this little phrase on the other side, and I'll read it to you. It says, designed by architect Eero Saarinen. I'm so sorry, sir. And completed in 1965, the arch stands 630 feet tall along the Mississippi River. It is very tall and scary to look up at because it's so tall. I also got one of those cool, like, pressed pennies that you can get, which now that, unfortunately they're doing away with the penny, the machine that pressed those, it was like you put in a dollar bill and they provide the penny. So it's like you don't have to have a penny on hand. And then I bought a bunch of pens because if you know me, I'm a pen collecting fanatic. Which one of them I actually gave away to my friend Alyssa, so I can't show it, but it's okay. So I got this. This is, first of all, this is like a little Lewis and Clark thing, which I'd kind of forgotten that Lewis and Clark, they started their journey not too far away from St. Louis, at the Mississippi River. So yeah, this is probably my favorite pen because it's like stained glass kind of style, so pretty. And then this was like very cool and vintagey looking. It's just so cool. And then this one's kind of like the night sky. And then this one's probably my favorite. Okay, so look at that. And then, hold on. It's like the little tram that goes to the top. That is so stinking cool. So anyway, that should be all the things from the St. Louis Arch. And then, like, kind of the last thing that I got was when I'd stayed the night in Tulsa that night with my friend. Hi, Becca. And the next morning I went to get coffee at a coffee shop called Pareya. It's just really cool vibes, really cool vibes. They unfortunately didn't really have any breakfasty things because they didn't have I think it was like they didn't get their like their shipment in, but I got a coffee and it was pretty good. So yeah. And also shout out to Collaborative Coffee in Tulsa. I had stopped at I'd stopped there on the morning that I was going to St. Louis. So shout out to them as well. I unfortunately didn't get a sticker because they didn't have any stickers. But anyway, guys, we are finally getting to the end of this. Let me see. I actually have no idea. It's kind of hard to see. I have like a little mirror that shows me like how long I've been recording. Like it kind of shines to, so that way I also make sure that I'm in the frame and everything. But yeah, also if you're new here and you're just like, why is there like all these different kind of like slow awkward moments? It's because I don't edit my videos. This is just this is just me doing low stakes YouTube where I'm just like I don't have to edit, because if I tried to edit, first of all, on my computer, it probably wouldn't do very well. And secondly, I probably wouldn't even be getting videos out. So this is just my way of just also trying to like also be consciously thinking about the words that I say and the time that I'm spending on the videos too. So anyway, um yeah, so that's all of the swag, all of the things that the non-book items essentially that I got at Realm Makers. It was a lot. I hope that you guys were able to actually see some of those items and that it wasn't blurry. Yay. But yeah, and then I hope that you will join me in the next video where I actually show you my book haul, which is massive. um, but yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that it was fun to just kind of sit and chat. Um, and yeah, it was a fun, good old time. Yeah, I love talking about it. In a way, talking about it just kind of keeps the experience alive as well. Yeah, there's probably some other things that I could have showed, but literally, I just like, and I have so many more like postcard sized, like paper swag, and like so many more bookmarks and things. And also, um, what I did not show y'all in this video is that I have so many other like, what the heck, sorry, stickers, swag, and bookmarks that go with each of the books, almost each of the books that I bought. And so I didn't even show those in this video because then it would take me even longer to explain them. So I'm just going to kind of show them off with each of the books in that next video. So yay. Yay. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that you will join me next time. I hope that you have a good day and good week, all the things. God bless. Love you. Bye.